I first started at the Chain Theater when the company was first starting. It was called Variations Theater Group, and I was just an actor within it. And so I'd say it was Fool for Love by Sam Shepard was the first show that I did with them. My first job in the theater. I was a board op and assistant stage manager for a show at the Mint Theater. It was an off-Broadway show. I would say that was probably like my first theater job. Otherwise, in terms of acting, it was Othello, which I did at this really small theater in Queens that was behind a dumpster. Like you had to pass by a dumpster to get to that theater and perform. But the real theater job, I would say, was with the Mint and board opping sound stuff, which was really fun. And it helped me as a performer too, because I was watching the actors on stage doing the same thing every night, and of course timing and the pacing and with sound cues having to be so specific, which I was terrified about. I was gonna hit it at the wrong time, and I never wanted that. But it also was great because you see the differences, the minutia in a performance when you're watching it that many times and having to be so invested and having to find that new life in it and keep it really fresh. And there's some nights where it's like, okay, maybe this person's kind of on autopilot, but how important that energy is. And that's what I got out of that experience. It was fun. It was a good group.
In the spaces, clean the rehearsal rooms, check in on renters renting either our 65-seater or a 99-seater. So I kind of do a lot of I wear many hats there, but I would just kind of say that I'm like an associate and just making sure that everyone's keeping the spaces good. So, yeah.
I'm finishing up my third year at Brooklyn College. I'm a theater production major, and I got to the Chain through my school. It was a program called CUNY Cultural Corps, which Anna is also a part of. Because I'm interested in theater, I specifically looked at theater internships. I saw the Chain, looked at their website. I loved the things they did. I did an interview with Christina, and then now I'm a part of it.
But I came here for conservatory school, for acting. So I guess I've kind of always been doing this. I was obsessed in high school. I was the first one there, last one to leave. My parents would call a lot of times and they'd be like, Christine, where are you? And I'm like, I'm at the theater. And they're like, it's midnight. And I'm like, I'm still at the theater. And they're like, no, what are you doing? And I'm like, no, I'm painting the set. And they're like, well, are the other kids there? And I'm like, no, it's me. And it would just be me finishing something because I was obsessing over something, how it had to look, and not much has really changed.
I think that theaters like the Chain are absolutely essential, especially after the years with the pandemic and everything. I really think that the Chain is, along with other kind of off-Broadway theaters here in New York, they're just so important, so integral to creative spaces, because not only is the Chain providing festivals for young playwrights fresh out of college, or people that are maybe going in a different direction and trying playwriting for the first time. But we do a film festival. We also offer our spaces to people who want to do anything from a staged reading to a full-blown production. So I think what the Chain is doing is absolutely essential, and I feel very inspired and also very honored to work there.
What I keep coming back to with theater and why it's so important to society and the arts in general is the community aspect of it. I keep finding I come back to that. There's this really special element with everybody here and working towards a common goal. There's that, which is really powerful, and the relationships and what can be grown and inspired by from that, and what can be created from this group of strangers together who are very different, working at the same thing, wanting to tell a particular story. And then the other aspect of audience being together, experiencing something live in front of them. We need that, and I keep seeing that pop up. We need to experience things together, hard situations, funny things, again, with strangers, because I think it helps us hold on to our humanity and not dehumanize people as quickly. At least that's my hope. That's what I love about this. And I keep feeling like the more and more I see it and what we've come out of the pandemic realizing, particularly actually younger people, is that there's this craving for socialization, to be with one another and experience things. And that's what theater does. And it does it in so many capacities, from tech to emotionally being with each other, communication. There's so many aspects that this transfers into in real life or other jobs or just daily activities that I think it's one of the most powerful tools. Like, whether you like a show or not, or you're a big theater person or not, when theater's really good, there's nothing like it.
I think the chain theater contributes a lot to overall society because they let people tell their stories